When I went out to clear my head, I met a young boy who was selling himself to bury his father. I was completely struck by his cold yet pitiful look. Suddenly, I understood why my husband always favored his delicate mistress. "I'll give you the money to bury your father. Pack up your things and come with me to the capital." "Thank you for your immense kindness, Madam C. I will surely repay you." I brought the young boy all the way back to the capital and settled in a quiet, secluded villa. Since then, the winter snow never stopped, and I went to visit him every few days. "Madam, you braved the snow to come." "It's freezing and the roads are slippery. Please be careful. These pastries are still warm. Please try some." "Not bad. Have you been slacking off on your studies?" "I haven't slacked off at all. If not for you, madam, my bones would have been rotting in the wilderness by now." But one day, he couldn't help but ask, "Madam, you treat me so well. Is it out of pity, or is there another reason?" "I don't pity you. I just realized that weakness is the ultimate weapon." "Madam, I don't understand." "You don't need to understand. Madam, your immense kindness to me is more than I can ever repay. Unless I offer myself to you to stay by your side and protect you for the rest of your life." One day, while picking out a birthday gift for my uncle in Jianyan, I unexpectedly ran into my husband,
Wincha.
and his mistress. "Just look around. Whatever you like, this lady will buy it for you." My little money grober is actually being so generous today. But isn't all your money given to you by me, anyway? I'm already all yours, so why care about a little money? "I'm buying this for you because I want you to remember how good I am. I'm worried that once you see that old hag of a wife, you'll forget all about me. Now, listen to me closely. When you go back, you must sleep in the study. You are not allowed to share a bed with that old woman, or else I'm never talking to you again." I get it. How did I end up provoking such a jealous little prince? Don't you know how well I've treated him all these years? That even if this old man stripped naked and offered himself on a silver platter, I would still only find it absolutely disgusting. Looking at the man who used to gently call me my lady, now calling himself an old man with every breath, I didn't feel a single ounce of grief in my heart anymore. If I remember correctly, Wen Qian is actually 3 years older than me. If I'm an old man, then what does that make him? Just as I was about to slip away quietly, "What are you doing here?" Even though it was a question, the sheer interrogation and defensiveness in his tone made it obvious he suspected I had followed them here. After all, stalking him was something I actually used to do. "Sister, what are you doing here too?" "Don't tell me you followed us here?" It seems these two are completely on the same page. I rolled my eyes. I didn't feel like starting an argument with them, so I paid the shopkeeper and asked him to wrap up the inkstone I'd chosen. "Wait a minute. This thing is pretty nice. I want it. Sister, why don't you just give it to me?" "Shopkeeper, hurry up and pack it for me." "Sister, don't waste your time. Wisharan won't even spare you a glance now. Are you still delusionally buying him a birthday gift, hoping he'll change his mind and come back to you? Not only will he reject it, he'll throw whatever you give him straight into the trash. So you might as well give it to me. If I give it to him, it'll at least put a smile on Xian's face."
Jiyuan.
It's just a silly object. If Juan wants it, just let her have it. Do you really have to make such a scene over this? First you stalk us, and now you're getting physical? The Grand Madam of the Marquis Mansion, behaving like a common shrew. Hitting people? Hearing Wen Xian's self-righteous accusation, I almost rolled my eyes all the way to the back of my head. This man actually fell for such a tired old trick. Not bad. It's got some decent weight to it. Wen Xian, why don't you two go look in the mirror? Do you honestly think a shameless old bastard like you is worth stalking? I'm counting to 3. If you don't get out of my way, I don't mind showing you what it feels like when I really lay my hands on someone. Coward. Li Haiyan, You've gorged on delicacies for so long, you actually think you're some high and mighty lady now. What did you go to the west side of the city for today? Nothing much. I just went to meet a friend. The kind of friend who throws herself into your arms the moment the door opens. You followed me? If I hadn't noticed you acting so strange lately, constantly spacing out, why would I have followed you? And how would I have known that the person hiding in that little courtyard on the west side, having a secret affair with you, was actually Qingwan?
Yes, Lengy.
Since you've seen everything, I have nothing to say in my defense. It's just as well that you found out. It saves me from feeling guilty day and night. Feeling guilty? Do you even have a conscience? Back then, when you were ordered to leave the capital, you told me her parents sold her to human traffickers when they were fleeing a disaster, that she narrowly escaped her grim fate and collapsed in front of your carriage. You took pity on her, brought her back to the estate, and even named her Qingwan. She stayed in our household for half a year, then left under the pretext of reuniting with her childhood sweetheart. And to think I was actually worried about her back then, fearing she might cross paths with bad people. It turns out that childhood sweetheart was you all along. Cluen is charming and vivacious. And I fell for her. It's not like I committed some heinous, unforgivable crime. If you don't like it, I can just keep her on the outside. That's all. Wei Xian, how could you do this to me? What did all our years of marriage mean to you? If you dare to keep her, I might as well just die right in front of you today. We're both at an age where talking about love is just ridiculous. Sang Li, you are the mistress of the Marcus household. Don't act like a mad woman. Hurry up. Move everything on the shelves, along with my clothes and belongings, to the study. Ever since everything came out into the open, you've been visiting Qin Wen more and more shamelessly. Once every 3 days, once every 2 days. And now, Suzuo, you don't even come home anymore. Even when you occasionally return, you immediately pack up and move to the study. Are you really so stingy that you won't even say a single word to me? Q1 gets jealous easily, and she doesn't want me living in the same room as you. I have to keep her happy. Keep her happy? Wen Xian, is this what our childhood sweetheart bond gets me in the end? Hearing those words makes me feel as sick as if I'd swallowed a fly. Think whatever you want. For the next few months, Wen Xian never set foot in the inner courtyard again. Madam, please say something. Don't just spend all day crying. The Marcus. He hasn't returned to the inner courtyard in such a long time. I still can't accept this. How did we ever end up like this? My parents passed away when I was young. I don't even have a home to return to, nor any family to turn to and confide in. Now, I can only stay here all alone, guarding this empty estate. Madam, a letter from your aunt in Jianan has arrived. She wants to invite you to the south, to travel and clear your mind. 6 months later, in Jianan. When you first arrived, you were so quiet and gloomy all day. It truly broke my heart. It was all thanks to your letter, and after staying in the south for 6 months and letting the gentle southern breeze wash over me for half a year, all my deep-seated wounds and old sorrows, I have now completely recovered. Keep a sharp lookout outside. Yes, madam. We haven't seen each other in days. Is madam busy preparing for her husband's promotion? Sister, don't forget that my birthday is coming up soon, too. You've really grown a staggering amount. When we first met 1.5 years ago, you were just a thin, frail youth. Now, you've actually grown a full head taller than me. You still look lean, but your posture is so upright and tall, so lean and powerful. Sister, look at me. What embarrassing thoughts are running through your head to make you blush like that? Brother. I just suddenly realized something. No wonder Wen Xian always loves to stay with Qingwan. He doesn't even want to come home. So this is the bliss of a gentle embrace. And now I am truly experiencing it myself. I only stayed away because I knew you were studying at the academy, and I didn't want to distract you from your studies. I only went out today specifically to choose a gift for you. Sister, you're so good to me. But I have nothing to my name right now. And nothing to give you in return, madam. You're very smart. It would be a real shame if you didn't study. Just focus entirely on your studies. Passing the imperial exams and making something of yourself in the future will be the greatest reward for me. As for money, the Phoenix study of myself, you don't need to feel burdened by it. Why, when Xian watches from the sidelines, I'm the one managing all the estates and businesses in this Marquis mansion. I know exactly how much wealth the Pindywan Marquis mansion has, not to mention the generous dowry my parents gave me when I married. If Wen Xian can throw money around so lavishly on that Qingwan of his, why can't I? To be completely honest with you, with an ungrateful wolf like Wen Xian as a lesson, I really don't expect you to repay me at all now. Right now, I'm purely spending money just to buy myself some happiness. How can I ever let go of this love? Flipping through the pages of memories, I see your sincerity, but if you really want to repay me, then use a different way. Wen Xian's birthday is coming up soon. In previous years, for the sake of appearances, we always invited some friends and superiors over for a small gathering, just to put on an act of being a loving couple. And even now, with Qingwan around, this tradition has never stopped. This has made Qingwan throw tantrums quite often these past few days. She's gone out to do some shopping. How do you plan to handle my birthday banquet this year? How pathetic of me to think that ever since I found out about his dirty little affair with Qingwan, he had dumped all these hosting duties onto the butler long ago. You weren't out buying things for the banquet. So, where the hell were you? Tong Wenyi, you are the lady of this house. Instead of staying home and keeping your dignity, you're out wandering the streets all day. Have you no shame? Normally, when we reached this point, Wen Xian would try to avoid me and take a sharp turn toward his study. He wouldn't even let me take a single step into the main courtyard. So tell me, what on earth were you doing? Where I go is none of your business. You parade your little mistress around town every single day. Yet I'm not even allowed to step foot outside. But this time, Wen Xian did something completely out of character. He didn't turn off toward the study at the fork. What kind of crazy game are you playing? Wen Xian, are you out of your mind? What is that on your neck? I didn't want to waste my breath on his sudden outburst, and tried to wrench my arm free. But his grip was like iron. Let go! You're hurting me! I said, where did those marks on your neck come from? Oh, this is bad. Things got a little too wild last night. Uncle Jan must have left those. A sudden wave of panic washed over me. Good had vanished just as quickly. What does it matter to you, Wen Xian? Lest us forget your precious mistress's warning. She made it crystal clear that you aren't even allowed to look at me if you keep blocking my way. I'll have to call her over to keep you on your leash. Tang Lingyi, are you sleeping around behind my back? None of your damn business. The next morning, Wen Xian left early for the imperial court. Having nothing better to do, I went to check on some shops under my name. By the time I returned to the estate, I saw a young maid waiting just inside the front gate. It was Qingwan's personal maid. My lady sent me to deliver something to you. Our young lady said, "Mi-song, you spend all your days alone in this empty room. Never even seen your husband's face. It's truly pitiful." So she specifically sent you the Lord's intimate item to soothe your love sickness. My lady also said, every time the Lord sleeps with her, he uses this very handkerchief to wipe her down. What do you think you're doing? Let go of me, you old bag. Touch me even once and I'll go right back and tell my lady. When she stands up for me, she'll make the Lord kick you all out. You arrogant little parasite. Who the hell does Qingwan think she is? Your mistress only served some old man for a few days and spent some of his money. And now she actually thinks she's the lady of the house? Get lost and tell her to behave herself. Or else, I wouldn't mind tearing down her little love nest myself.
You went to cause a scene at Chinwan's place today?
Didn't I tell you already? She won't threaten your position as the Marchioness. Can't you just be the bigger person and tolerate her a little? What are you staring at? There's something on my face? I'm just realizing. No wonder your family estate hit rock bottom back then. With a pig brain like yours, believing whatever anyone tells you. If it weren't for my father's backing, you would have been ruined a long time ago. Did a donkey think you in the head? Take a good look at this filthy thing. Don't recognize it? Why don't you take a sniff? See if it still has Chinwan's sweet scent on it. After all, didn't you just use it to wipe her down last night? You! Your precious little darling sent her maid to find me, saying that I spend all my days sinking in the lane in an empty room. So she sent this piece of trash to help me pine over you. I'm going to rest now. Please leave, my lord. Sung Lingyi, how dare you treat me like this? Do you even respect me as your husband, the master of this house, anymore? I do not. I came to have breakfast with you. Bring another chair. You should run along and have breakfast with your precious Qingwan instead. I would hate for her filthy hands to touch my things. I misunderstood what happened yesterday. I am sorry. Understood. Now get out. Are you all blind? It seems I have been far too lenient with you all lately. So lenient that you have forgotten who your real master is. Go and fetch Steward Tian immediately. Why is it you? Where is Steward Tian? Steward Tian fell ill some days ago. So Madame transferred me from the kitchen to take over his position. How is he doing now? Go pay him a visit today. If he has recovered, have him return to his duties. My lord, did you not know? Steward Tian is getting quite old. He retired and went back to his hometown 2 months ago. Steward Tian had served this estate since the time of the old Marcus. He had practically watched Wen Xian grow up. Wei Shainan trusted him implicitly, leaving every matter in the manor, big or small, to him. Why wasn't I told about something this major? Didn't you order me never to disturb you and your precious Qingwan for any reason? Only then did he realize that every single maid in the room was a complete stranger. Even the old nanny who had been so disrespectful to him the night before was someone he had never seen in his life. Where are the maids who used to serve you? Are you referring to Fekui and Langson? Fekui was getting older, so I arranged a good marriage for her and sent her off. As for Langson, she was caught stealing valuable jewelry from the estate, so I handed her over to the authorities. She is likely on her way to exile by now.
Ha, 兄弟.
You truly do carry yourself like the ruthless mistress of a noble household now. Madam, word came from the Sun family 2 days ago. Faluk, she met a tragic end at the hands of her brutal husband. She is already dead, I see. Quietly go and send a generous sum of money to Fei Gui's family. Go immediately and instruct them to go to the magistrate's court. Beat the drum and demand justice. Blow this whole thing up. Tell them the Marcus's manor will back them up. Yes, madam. This old servant will see to it right away. Fairy, may your spirit in heaven. Please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. If you must hate someone, hate yourself for being so blind and foolish. For choosing the wrong master back then. You've always been so weak-willed. You didn't even know how to fight back when others bullied you. If I'm not by your side in the future, what will you do if someone bullies you? Looks like I need to marry you and bring you home to pamper you as soon as possible, with me protecting you. No one else will ever dare to lay a finger on you. What on earth are you two doing? Don't misunderstand. Kuwang was just worried that I, her older brother, am exhausted from working all day. So she wanted to give me a massage to ease my fatigue. Brother, she is nothing but an orphan girl you brought back. Since when did she become a spoiled young lady of the Marcus's manor? We've clearly spoiled her too much, to the point she's forgotten her place in the rules. In a few days, she should join Fakui and the others to learn how to do a servant's proper chores. Madam, look how lovely the sunshine is outside. What are you thinking about, looking so lost in thought? I was thinking about the time Qinwan left the manor years ago. Shibi, do you still remember? To you? After that night in the study, when I caught Wen Shan red-handed, he didn't dare utter a single word. But then, just a few days later, someone claiming to be Qinwan's cousin coincidentally showed up at the manor. Of course I remember, madam. P1 barely even packed her bags back then and agreed to go back with him without any hesitation. I was actually quite puzzled at the time. She was always someone who craved wealth and status. So why did she leave in such a desperate rush? Exactly. She left in such a hurry. I was so naive back then that I didn't think twice about it and actually believed that story about him looking for his relative and just let her leave without a second thought. Madam, do you mean that cousin's identity back then was fishy? Now that I think about it, there was never any cousin. That cousin who suddenly fell from the sky, that so-called cousin of yours, was definitely hired by Wen Xian to give him a legitimate excuse to leave the estate. He paid someone to play the part. Ever since I caught you two in that disgusting, shameful affair at the villa, I was so focused on arguing with you that I didn't even have the courage to confront him. You're right. I was just too weak. The only courage I had was taking it out on the people closest to me. But what about him tonight? He saw how easy I was to push around. So he actually waited until you were gone to boldly march right into the Marcus's estate, just to humiliate me. He stabbed my heart with the most vicious, cruel words. Enough! Qingwan is just a bit willful. How could she possibly do something so malicious?
行长领议，各县见过彭丽老师明来。
You're deliberately trying to drag Qingwan through the mud. I don't believe it. I don't believe you.
沿路听着得舒服。
Did Qinwan set foot inside the gates of this main courtyard today or not?
My lord, madam, this servant has served this estate faithfully for decades. How can I ever dare to lie? I truly did not see Miss Qinwan enter the gates today.
Fakui, 朗信，
You are my personal maids. You are by my side every single day. You saw her, didn't you? Madam, we really didn't see Miss Qingwan. Could madam have been daydreaming and seeing things? Fine. Outstanding. You've all ganged up to torment me. Yes. You won't stop until you've driven me to my death, will you?
张领义，
Do you really think throwing these hysterical tantrums and threatening suicide will make me care about you? If you have the guts, then go ahead and die right here today.
这般爱你，就该学会放弃，让自己卑微到不理。可是爱已成两人的。
Oh, sister, you're hurt so badly. It truly breaks my heart to see you like this.
最能
Shan was so exhausted last night. He's still fast asleep back at the villa, right now.
的话
So, I guess I'm the only one who came to see you today, sister.
都没想
Here, I'll give you this lipstick as a gift.
会啊，出口之
Xiaohui says,
That this color suits my skin tone the best.
过，
Last night, he was so passionate.
不是很苦恼。
非说我涂着好
到底舍不舍？
He practically kissed all the lipstick right off my lips.
Sister? Sister?
Why aren't you saying anything, sister? Without the servant's permission.
How could she, a mere mistress,
Swiggenyard out of the Marquette mansion so boldly.
啊，谁又真的在乎那？
Later, I went to Jiangnan to clear my head. My aunt, who had managed her household for years, saw right through my maid at a single glance, realizing she wasn't truly loyal to me. During those 6 months in Jiangnan, I learned a great deal from my aunt. By the time I left Jiangnan, I was fully prepared to demand a divorce the moment I got back.
Wen Xian holds a noble title.
If you divorce him,
The title of Marchioness will fall right into Qingwan's lap.
besides, Wen Xian only stood out from all the other concubine-born sons and secured the title of heir because of your family's support.
So, play your part as the Marchioness well.
So, what if your husband's heart isn't with you? As long as you hold the entire estate in the palm of your hand, nothing else matters. I turned my aunt's words over in my mind again and again, and realized she was absolutely right. Keeping her advice in mind, the first thing I did upon returning to the capital was buy people over. I tampered with Stuart Tian's purchasing carriage and had his leg broken. While he was recovering, I seized full control of the estate's finances. Then, I handpicked a husband for my treacherous maid, Fai Kui. Since Fai Kui had signed a lifetime contract, she could never leave the estate without my permission. On her wedding day, she knelt on the ground, weeping hysterically, begging me not to marry her off to that abusive scoundrel. Sekui, I haven't treated you poorly over all these years.
I even used my connections to get your brother into a talk academy. Yet, you joined forces with Qingwan to backstab me.
How can you expect me not to be furious? As for Stuart Tian, he's a long-serving servant of the mansion. Naturally, I had to show him some respect. I showered him with rewards, and as he watched with utter resentment, I graciously sent him back to his hometown to retire. It was also a good thing Wensen was completely obsessed with Qingwan and Miwan,
That they didn't even notice when I purged and replaced every single servant in the manor.
用尽伤人的话去说，
As for Wen Shan, he's been buzzing around like a fly these past few days,
都没想能无奈。
showing up at my room right on time for all 3 meals every day. He's such an eyesore. Even when I don't give him anything to eat,
是我也会更难过，这又是何
he'll just slink away on his own, only to show up again for the very next meal. My lady, I've already spotted him several times.
Jiang Shuhao has been loitering near the Marx's estate.
这不舍的爱一瞬都成恨了，眼泪
The day after tomorrow is my birthday banquet. Is everything ready? He eventually learned his lesson and started bringing his own stool over. Steward Wang is very meticulous and thorough. You can rest assured with him handling things.
反正
In the past, you always prepared this for me yourself.
Like you said, that was in the past.
用
In the past, I would have even hanged myself for you. But now, just the sight of you makes me want to throw up. Times have changed. To think I can actually joke about my pathetic past now.
笑的回答，出口之后却更是我
Tonight, I'm staying in your quarters.
这又是何苦呢？自问到底舍不舍得？
Even if that old woman stripped naked and crawled into my bed, I would only find it absolutely disgusting. Mimicking the exact tone he had used at Wenbao Pavilion that day, I threw his very own words back in his face.
钱梦梦。
说谁呢？谁又真的在乎呢？反正都伤。
Go throw away all the bowls and utensils the Marquise just used. Oh,
用尽伤痕对我去说。
My lord. Madam,
it is getting late.
you rarely visit, and yet you're leaving after only a few hours?
Madam, could it be that you're still thinking about that old man at home? He asked, his voice dripping with jealousy. Tomorrow is the Lord Marquis's birthday. There will be guests arriving, so I cannot be absent.
By the way, give me that essay you wrote last time so I can hand it to the Grand Tutor tomorrow. If you manage to catch his eye,
It will be the great benefit to you.
hearing this, a glimmer of delight flashed in Jiang Yanshu's eyes.
He then escorted me out of the courtyard. He grabbed my arm again, refusing to let me get on the carriage. Don't Ling Yi.
Who is he? It is exactly what it looks like.
So, that mark on your neck last time, it was from him.
You too.
Seeing it meet admit it so easily, Wen Xian's face turned pale, then flushed a furious shade of green.
I could hear the cracking of Wen Xian's fists clenching tightly at his sides.
Ah, Yan.
Ah, Yan.
You two know each other? Madam, I barely know her.
Just as I was about to step forward and shield Jiang Yishu, I saw him throw a heavy punch right back without a second thought. The two of them began brawling right there. You old bastard! You have such a wonderful wife, yet you keep a mistress on the side?
No wonder she despises you. You got what you deserved.
Who the hell do you think you are?
A useless Godala living off a woman dares to lecture me? I wanted to step in, worried Zheng Yunshu might get hurt, but I was also afraid of getting hit myself. Suddenly Qingwan spat at me. You old whore.
Why don't you just die?
You're already married, yet you still have the audacity to seduce Ah Yan.
You must have defiled him.
Whatever is going on between Zheng Yunshu and me is none of your business. Qingwan, don't forget that you are Wen Xian's kept mistress.
Calling him Ayan every second? You're in love with him, aren't you? Exposed mercilessly by my words,
Kridlan instantly lost her confidence, looking incredibly guilty.
seeing her finally shut up.
I found the whole situation hilarious. Wen Xian cherished her like his prized possession. Yet who would have thought her heart belonged to someone else? Tomorrow is your birthday banquet.
If you keep making a scene, I won't hesitate to expose this disgraceful affair in front of all your colleagues. Let's go home. These words struck a nerve deep within Wen Xian.
It is my fault. I have failed you as a husband, leaving you all alone in an empty house.
That's why your heart strayed, leading you to make such a mistake.
Tonight, I will make sure to fulfill my duties as your husband. How? Thinks.
How could this happen?
Zhang Lingyi, why do you have to degrade yourself like this? Why are you doing this to me? Wipe that disgusting look off your face. You're making it look like I'm the one who betrayed you. If you, Wenxie, can keep a mistress on the side,
Why can't I keep a young toy of my own?
you're a woman.
If this scandalous affair ever gets out,
How do you think the world will point fingers and condemn you?
you're a woman.
If this scandalous affair ever gets out, how do you think the world will point fingers and condemn you? Beat me, curse me, punish me, do whatever you want.
Why must you ruin our family's honor just to get back at me?
Get back at you, Wen Shen.
You think way too highly of yourself.
When I cried and confronted you about your dirty affair with Qingwan,
You only found me annoying, telling me that at my age, I shouldn't be so obsessed with love. When I was so heartbroken that I tried to hang myself back then,
you just stood by and watched coldly, telling me that if I had the guts, I should just go ahead and die right there. Then, you just turned and stormed off.
without even coming back home.
Back then, the servants in the manor were all snobs who kipped me while I was down. mocking and ridiculing me at every turn.
Your precious butler, Tan Lu, even allowed outsiders to come to my door and humiliate me.
And afterwards, he even turned around and bit me in the back in front of you, making you believe that I was just throwing a tantrum for no reason. But it doesn't matter anymore. That double-crossing Shinder, Tan Lu, already had my people secretly deal with him outside the city a few days ago. In this lifetime, he can forget about ever setting foot in the Marquis Manor again.
You actually. As for Zhang Yangshu,
I don't believe that being with him is hurting myself. He is young, gentle, and caring. He actually knows how to cherish me, and he is 100 times better than a hypocrite like you. Enough. Break things off with him and never see him again. As for tonight, I will personally banish him from the capital and ensure he never shows his face near you again. I won't.
what did you say?
I said I won't. I'm tired. Please leave, my lord. I am your husband. I am sleeping here tonight. Fine. Since my lord likes this room so much, and I'll let you have it. I'm going to sleep at the southern estate.
Johnny, stop right there.
I'll go to the study. You stay right here. You are not allowed to go anywhere. They had a screaming match just last night. Yet in front of others, they look like a perfect, loving couple, as if nothing had ever happened. Hectors. Just look at them. Sam, my friend. You two have been married for so many years now. Yet you still cling to your wife like a starry-eyed newlywed? Ha, Hectors. Cactors. Please forgive me for making a scene, everyone. My wife works so hard managing the household, so of course, I must cherish her all the more. Lang, when I woke up this morning, I made a birthday wish in my heart. I wish that we could go back to the way we used to be and just live out our lives together, in peace and quiet. Wen Xian, when I hear you say these heartfelt words now, other than feeling completely annoyed, I feel absolutely nothing else. From now on, I won't interfere in any of the messy drama between you and Qingwan. By the same token, you stay out of my business. If you can't agree to us staying out of each other's way, then we might as well end this amicably. That is only fair, right? Over my dead body. I will never agree to that. Then, where is my birthday gift? Didn't you go all the way to Wenbao Gallery the other day to buy an exquisite inkstone? That was meant for me, wasn't it? Don't ignore me. That inkstone. You bought it for that pretty boy in Xinjiang from the very beginning. Madam! My lord has had too much to drink in the study. He is terribly drunk, and he keeps calling out your name. What should we do, madam? I see. Let him be. Just leave him alone. Madam, please rest for a bit. It's actually quite strange. In the past 2 years, the very next day after his birthday banquet, he couldn't wait to rush out of the city to see his mistress. But this time it's like he's possessed. Not only is he lingering around the manor, refusing to leave, but he also keeps trying to sneak into my room all day long. I just ignore him. He just stood there, awkwardly making small talk, trying to find something to say, insisting on bringing up the past, reminiscing about the days before we started fighting. Seriously, it's driving me absolutely crazy. Ling, do you still remember that crabapple tree in the courtyard from the year we first got married? Don't be in such a hurry to reminisce, my lord. Take a look at this first. Is this a gift for me, my lady? What? You don't recognize it, my lord? This painting of lovebirds in the water. I heard you painted it yourself, while holding your precious Qingwan's hand, and those disgusting things stuffed underneath. They're all from your precious Qingwan. She had them sent to the estate, just to mock me, your legal wife.
To flaunt her status right in my face.
I used to think these things were too filthy to even touch. I wanted to burn them all to ashes. But then, I changed my mind. I get them on purpose. Because I've always been curious. Always pitied Qingwan, thinking she was so helpless with nowhere to go. You thought that even though she was a bit spoiled and threw tantrums, I wonder if you still think you're beloved. Is that same sweet, innocent, and harmless little girl? Someone, get this trash out of my sight!
Burn them. Burn them all right now.
My lady, ever since the Marquis returned from the west side of town, he's been completely beside himself. He locked himself in his room and has been drinking non-stop. Even today. He's passed out from drinking more times than we can count. What on earth should we do? Go to the west side estate.
Bring Qingwan here. Tell her the Marquis is gravely ill.
Demand that she come to the manor immediately to tend to him at his bedside. Yes, my lady. I will see to it right away. My lady, tonight,
Will you stay here at the estate and keep me company?
well, Qingwan was supposed to be at the manor, desperately tending to a dead drunk Wen Xian. Studying was more than happy to enjoy the peace and quiet. Now that I think about it, I forgot to ask you. When Qingwan saw you the other day, she blurted out, "Brother Jin, how exactly do you two know each other?" She was my neighbor back in my hometown. When we were out in the countryside, she was absolutely obsessed with marrying me. She'd even shamelessly climb over the wall to sneak into my courtyard. Eventually, I got so sick and tired of her that I dumped a thick layer of fresh manure right under the wall she always climbed over. And wouldn't you know it, she made quite a splash that very night. An entire village saw it. He was utterly humiliated. Ever since then, he never had the nerve to show his face to me again. I see. Later on, a disaster struck our village. The whole village had to pack up and flee. Just to save his own skin. He actually stole every last bit of his parents' remaining savings and slipped away all by himself. I never would have guessed that I would run into him again here in the capital one day. Later, on the road fleeing the famine, my parents fell desperately ill. Both of them passed away, one after the other. But I was completely broke back then. I didn't even have enough money to buy them a simple coffin for a proper burial. What is he doing here? This is Mei Chu. Please hurry back. The Marquis is looking all over for you. Looking for me? Doesn't he have Qingwan to keep him company? The Marquis flew into a rage the moment he woke up and saw Lady Qingwan. He smashed everything in his room to pieces. The Marquis even said, "If you don't return to the estate tonight, madam, he will hang himself right there in the estate." How strangely familiar that sounds. Years ago, I said those exact same words to him. If you dare go to Qingwan, I'll hang myself right here, in this estate. I understand. Go on back first. I will be right behind you. Yes, ma'am. Honestly, making such a scene in the dead of night, isn't Wen Xian afraid of the servants gossiping? You stay here and be good. I'll come see you tomorrow. Wen Xian is throwing a drunken fit right now. If Jiangshu comes with me, there's no telling how much worse it might trigger him. You useless piece of trash. Where the hell were you? Out looking for your little pretty boy again, weren't you? Why? How did we end up like this? Didn't you sure? Then you start this? You were the one who chose Qingwan first. What right do you have to question me about this? The moment I move on with someone else, you act all hurt, as if I'm the one who betrayed you. You claim to love Qingwan, yet you refuse to even give her a proper status. In public, you still put on a show of being a loving husband with me. You want to protect your precious reputation while craving the warmth of another woman. Talk about being selfish. Who can possibly beat you? I don't love Qingwan. I just felt like our life lately was so dull and boring. You're always so quiet and gentle, but Qingwan is so bright and lively. I felt a spark of energy with her that I've never felt before. And since you were picking fights with me every day, I just didn't want to come home. I really thought I loved her. But when I saw you smiling so genuinely at another man, I finally realized I never actually let you go. Please, don't divorce me, okay? I'll sign Qingwen away. We can go back to how things used to be and live happily together. Please?
Xian.
How could you do this to me? Why are you still here? Didn't I tell you never to come looking for me again? How can you be so cruel to me? I'm just a helpless girl. My parents sold me to human traffickers, and I had to fight so hard to escape. Without you, where else can I go? Do you think I'm stupid? I had someone investigate your past. Escape? What a joke. You just couldn't handle a hard life. So you sold your parents' savings and ran away. And you saw my family was wealthy and influential. So you deliberately put on this damsel in distress act, didn't you?
And what about Jian?
You went behind my back to see him again. Getting him on to elope with you, wasn't it? So there really was something going on. Yes! I did go see Brother Yan. He's younger than you, more successful than you. Even Song Lingyi knew enough to choose him. He is Song Lingyi's husband. Don't pretend to be so innocent. When I seduced you back then, you didn't reject me, did you? You snuck into my room while he was asleep. Did I force you to come? Enough. Shut up. Do you have any idea how miserable my life has been these past few years? Every single day, I had to swallow my pride and grovel just to make you happy. And you, Songli, what makes you so damn special? Just because you were born into a better family than me? I've hated you from the very first day I set foot in this mansion. Fate is so damn unfair. It practically handed you every good thing on a silver platter.
Wen loves you.
And even Uncle Zhang Yan is completely obsessed with you. Looking at you, acting so high and mighty. It's absolutely disgusting. Don't think I didn't know. When I first came to this mansion, you just wanted to make me your maid. Why should I? No way in hell. I wanted to strip you of everything. So what if I failed in the end? But back then, you really did commit assassination for Wenshin's sake. Haha, as long as I beat you just once, I'm satisfied. Normally, I'd love nothing more than to watch those two tear each other apart, but they cause a real scene here in the mansion. It'll affect me, too. I'm so sorry, Lingyi. That time, when I heard you tried to hang yourself, I was so incredibly worried. I rushed back home as fast as I could to apologize. But when you woke up, you were so cold and distant with me. You had never treated me like that before. And in a fit of anger, I just stormed off again. Please, just give me one more chance, okay? Stop it. Don't say another word. Just get some rest. I don't want to hear Wen Chan's apology. Why does he get to hurt me whenever he feels like it? And then expect everything to be fine just because he's sorry? Besides, that suicide attempt was so long ago, he can twist the story however he wants. Now, who knows what he was actually thinking back then? What do I have to do for you to forgive me? Do you want to take a rope and strangle me back? Wen Xian's words hit me like a sudden clap of thunder, leaving me completely frozen, unable to process it all. Are you completely out of your mind? Threatening me with your life isn't going to work. I don't have time for your childish games. Oh. Oh! Wait. Wake up. Something terrible has happened. The Lord has hanged himself. Wen Xian, you really are a lunatic. You really are a madman. How long has he been hanging there? Quick, take our card and fetch a doctor. Forgive me, madam. The Lord has severely damaged his vital energy. I am truly powerless to save him. Madam, he's just afraid that if the Lord dies under his care, he'll be held responsible. That's why he doesn't dare use his needles. Take my token to the palace to deliver the message, and beg Imperial Physician Wei to come at once. The emperor specifically sent me to ask how a perfectly fine second-rank official suddenly tried to end his own life.
Thank you for making the trip, Elder Eunuch.
My lord has always been a man of deep passion,
He kept a mistress on the side and cherished her like a priceless treasure.
but they had a lover's quarrel a few days ago, and the lord's heart was broken. In a moment of blind despair, he did something so foolish. Madam, the rumors are spreading everywhere outside. They're saying the lord is a hopeless romantic who would die for love.
He didn't even care about his own life, all for a mere mistress.
You've become the laughingstock of the entire capital. When the emperor heard about it, he called it utterly ridiculous
And immediately stripped the lord of his official post.
With his office gone and his power stripped, Wen Xian's life was barely dragged back from the brink of death by the imperial physician, but his hard-earned career and reputation are now completely and utterly ruined. This jewelry looks awfully familiar.
It looks exactly like the dowry I brought into the Marcus's manor.
So what if it is? San gave them all to me.
You're such a pathetic old woman.
You might hold the title of the first wife.
But you can't even hold on to your husband's heart.
Do you remember Lanson, the maid from my courtyard? I once found stolen jewelry in her room and reported her to the authorities. She was sentenced to exile, and she died on the road just a few days ago. Tell me, what do you think would happen if I turned you into the authorities right now? Do you think you'd end up dead on the road? Just like him?
Don't you dare! If I ever find out, I will make sure you pay dearly.
Right now, he can barely even save himself.
But if you do exactly as I say, I might just let you keep your pathetic, worthless life.
Tonight she settled in, exactly as I demanded.
Her main job is to look after Wen Xian. When word got out that while my husband was I actually brought his mistress back home to care for him. Everyone praised me, calling me the most generous and virtuous wife. Eventually, Yanshu became a disciple of the Grand Tutor. He studied incredibly hard, and we only managed to see each other once every 3 or 5 days. 6 months later, Wen Xian finally woke up.
Madam, the Marcus, he's awake.
But had become incredibly quiet. You just stared at the bed canopy all day, barely saying a word.
山生花前痴梦，寂寞花鸳鸯相
Although they lived under the same roof, they treated each other like complete strangers and never spoke.
情中。
Madam, wonderful news.
Master Yan took the palace exams, and the emperor himself handpicked him as the third-place scholar.
Madam, the Marcus heard all the commotion out front. He knows about Master Yan becoming the third-place scholar. The Marx said, he wants to see you. When I went to his courtyard, he was sitting alone by the stone table. It had been so long since I last saw him, I realized Wen Xian had lost a shocking amount of weight. His clothes hung loosely on his frail frame. You really are heartless, aren't you? All this time, you couldn't be bothered to visit me even once. I was busy, I replied coldly. But it was true. The scandal Wen Xian caused had created such a massive uproar, and it dealt a severe blow to our family business.
I was buried in account books and business matters day and night.
And had absolutely no time to spare to see him.
I'm sorry. I've put you through so much. I remember you went to Jianan to recuperate a few years ago, he said. You came back looking so much healthier and refreshed.
So, I'm planning to travel for a bit too.
Find a quiet place to recover from my illness. I was slightly surprised. I honestly thought we would just keep wasting away like this for the rest of our lives. When do you leave? I asked. At the end of the month. That was only a few days away. Well then, take care of yourself on the road. I'll take him with me. Tonight. He is your nephew after all. Naturally, he should stay by your side. You really do care about him.
烟叹息，浪尽花一场，流
Wen Qian left quietly.
水说
By the time I woke up, its courtyard was already empty. The banknotes in the storeroom were untouched, and everything in the room was left exactly where it was.
It seems he didn't take much money with him.
Madam, young Master Wen only took Yaoxi and Qinghua with him.
也会更难过。
Sister, you've been dazing off for so long. Are you still unable to let go of your ex-husband?
问到底是
Get lost. If you come back again, I'll break your legs. But I clung to him like I had no bones, refusing to let go. This man has grown incredibly thick-skinned lately. He passed the imperial exam as the third-place scholar. The emperor bestowed a lot of gold and silver upon him.
Yet, he shamelessly chose to build his estate right next to mine. It was 2 years later when I heard about Wen Shan again.
消息对省本投方路线还是未了分。
He lives all by himself now. He probably only has about 2 years left. I knew his little games to test me. Tapping his forehead, I reminded him to know his limits. And what about Qing Wan? At the mention of King Wan,
登可教演袍时，
and I heard an unexpected ending from him. On his first day back in his hometown, Wen Shan gave Qing Wan away to a local gentry. She was beautiful and elegant, and was highly favored for a while. In the back courtyard, she and the gentry's wife fought tooth and nail.
Then, Wen Shan spent money to track down Qingwan's parents.
Her parents still held a grudge against her for stealing back then, so they went to the gentry's estate every other day to demand money from her. Over time, even the gentry grew tired of it. He stopped visiting Qingwan's courtyard. Seeing that the concubine had fallen out of favor, the head wife began finding all sorts of ways to torture her. After all, her deed of sale was in the head wife's hands, so there was no way she could escape. Stop thinking about anyone else. A few days ago, the emperor brought up my marriage again. I said he wants to arrange a marriage for me with the daughter of the Minister of Works. Miss Lin is dignified and elegant and breathtakingly beautiful.
She is actually worth considering.
Sister, don't be angry. You know that's not what I meant. I'm not angry. I'm genuinely considering what's best for you. We are 8 years apart. Then I Buddha Jinj the walk, the flivver the no, the stone.
Uncle Jiang Yan, you have a bright future ahead of you.
There's no need to ruin your reputation because of me. I don't doubt your feelings for me, Uncle Jiang Yan.
But Wen Xian was also sincere when he married me back then.
And what happened after? Flutter. Think. Things change. Who knows what things will look like in a few years? Only an imperial title and more money than I can spend in a lifetime, with a devoted companion by my side. I'm very satisfied with my life right now, and I simply don't dare to entrust the rest of my life to another man. If you really want to marry someone else, Uncle Jiang Yan, I will cut all ties with you, completely and cleanly. Sister, you don't have to say these things just to push me away. We have plenty of time. At most, it's just a few decades. I can afford to wait. What do you want to eat tonight?